Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. So, Hanny, Kusuma, Wardhani, you will be the second contenders for the thesis defense that we are going to have for today. And how do we are going to do this thesis defense? There will be two steps. Yeah, first step, it will be a chance for you to explain your PowerPoint presentations. Yeah, and then after that one, you're going to get the question based on your explanation that you give for your PowerPoint presentations. And the next one, I'm going to give you the revision for your complete thesis. Is that clear, Hadi, Kusuma, Wardhani?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then now I'll be the one sharing the PowerPoint presentations. Before we are going to start this thesis defense, let's recite Basmalah together. Yeah? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's hope you're gonna give a clear, comprehensive kind of explanations, and then I hope you also can answer all of the questions. Yeah, best of luck for you, Hanny, and then time is yours. Come on.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
The Honorable Mr. Dr. Sofian Hadi, M.Pd, as my thesis examiner. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Hanny Kusuma Wardhani, and today I'm going to present my thesis with a title, Using U Dictionary in Improving Vocabulary Learning for Lower Secondary Graders. So without further ado, let's move on to the first chapter and the next slide, sir. Okay, for the first chapter, why I conduct this research, including with the background of the study, vocabulary is an important basis in English language learning. It is one of the crucial components for developing language learning, and vocabulary is a collection of words with different meanings and often used for communicating with the other people. In the present knowledge, the learners are required to challenge memorizing definitions, also integrating the vocabulary meaning. So through the reading, the learners can get information and new vocabulary. For example, when the students are reading a text, they are locating unfamiliar vocabulary and process it with guessing or just ignoring the unknown words. That is why dictionary is important to use here because dictionary have critical functions in supporting students' vocabulary skills. However, it is important for the learners to choose a proper kind of dictionary to help them in learning process. By using electronic dictionary, which is U Dictionary, and applications that can be downloaded on smartphones, and it also can be used either offline or online, is what I choose as a media to improve vocabulary learning. And I want to find out that there is significant difference with dictionary use and without dictionary use in improving students' vocabulary learning. Next slide, sir. In the second chapter, according to research done in 2013, vocabulary is a word of language consisting of single objects and terms of words which convey a specific meaning. According to McMayer in 2012, electronic dictionary is an online dictionary applications that are available on smartphones and can be effectively used to facilitate reading comprehensions and vocabulary acquisitions. Okay, both of the theories are connected because using electronic dictionary as a tool in improving students' vocabulary are needed. And in the process of learning new words, people are concerned how to expand the number of the words they understand. And if the people cannot master vocabulary well, then they also cannot express their ideas, their feelings. So it is important for them to learn dictionary. I mean, to learn vocabulary as soon as possible. Next slide, sir. Moving on to the methods and procedure, time and place. I conduct this research on October to November 2021 at Public Junior High School 85 Jakarta. For the method, I use quantitative research with quasi-experimental designs. So the quantitative research is a method for measuring a certain theory between two or more variables, consists with numerical data and mathematically backed method. And quasi-experimental designs is a type of research designs where the participants were not chosen randomly, and for the populations and sample, um, I conduct the samples in 8 grades into class. Also, I classified them as the experiment class and control class. The total of the students were 80 students, consists of 40 students in experiment class and 40 students in control class. Technique of collecting the data, I use pre-test, treatment, and post-test. The pre-test is the tests were taken before the treatment was given to see how far the students' vocabulary scores. The total of items for the pre-test were 25 items of multiple choices. And the treatment is an activity of teaching a material using the particular media. And for the treatment, I only conduct the treatment only in experiment class, while the control class, I did not conduct the treatment. And for the post-test, it is a test conducted after the students are getting treatment. The content of the post-test was the same as the pre-test. And for the media and the treatment, use U-Dictionary to improve the students' vocabulary learning. And technique of analyzing the data, I use SPSS 25 program. Moving on to the next chapter. Okay, so this data was obtained from both class, which is experiment class and control class, where the total of students was 80 students, consists of 40 students in experiment class and 40 students in control class. The average pre-test and post-test score in experiment class was higher than the average pre-test and post-test score in control class. Next. Based on the independent sample t-test according to the SPSS 25 program that I conduct, for the experiment class and control class, on the equivalences assumed probability or significance values two-tailed was obtained at 0.043 with a significance levels alpha 0.05. Next. And for the conclusions, because the score of t-test significance value two-tailed was 0.043 lower than alpha 0.05, the alternative hypothesis was accepted and no hypothesis was rejected. And it is also can be seen in the findings before that also means the vocabulary value from both class, which is experiment class and control class, has significant difference after the treatment using U-Dictionary, and it improves student vocabulary learning. And based on the result of the findings, it is also new. it is also known and true that dictionary can give significant influence to increase students' vocabulary, and it can be also seen in the average score of post-tests from class that have been taught using dictionary was higher than the average score of the post-test from the class that have not been taught using dictionary. Okay, I think that's all from me, sir. Thank you.
That's all, Honey?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a quick kind of explanations. Okay, and then I guess that's less than 10 minutes. Now let's try to break down your PowerPoint. Okay, I'm gonna start with the first slide. The first slide here, your title it is using U dictionary in improving vocabulary learning for lower secondary graders. Yeah. Using U dictionary, it is a new kind of innovations or new kind of creative strategy for the certain school that you implement this experiment, Honey?
Yes, so the U dictionary is a tool or a media that I use to conduct the research in improving students' vocabulary learning.
Okay, and then what is it? U dictionary. Why this U dictionary, not the common dictionary, not the online kind of dictionary? Why did you chose U dictionary here?
I think based on, for my opinion, the dictionary is a unique applications, especially for the translation and for the dictionary used. It is also an applications that can be used either online or offline, so it is easier for the students to use these applications because as the technology develops, the students, not just the students, everyone's have a smartphone, so it will be easier for us to use dictionary with the mobile phones.
Okay, last question for the first slide. There are many types of dictionary. The common one, the printed kind of dictionary, right? Yeah, and then we have also what we call by an online kind of dictionary. And you chose here U dictionary. Why did we have to use U dictionary, not using printed kind of dictionary, the common one, or not using an online kind of dictionary? Come on, Honey.
Okay, first, I use U dictionary because just like what I said, it is easier for students to use. First, they have to download it. The the size of the applications, it is not really big, and how to explain it? In their features.
Okay, wait a second, Honey. You're mentioning we can operate this U dictionary here without being online, yeah, and then we can use it also in an online mode type.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, can you explain how we are going to use it offline? How we are going to use it online?
Okay, for the online, of course, we need the internet access. For the offline mode, they have to download the feature first, but they cannot use certain features where the features they have to use internet access. So if the students already download the Indonesian and English, they can translate the words without the internet access, sir.
Okay, thank you. So it's been U dictionary here. It is a flexible kind of apps. Yeah, it is an apps that if we don't have any credit on our internet connections, we still can use it with a limited kind of features that we can use. and then we can have a complete kind of features when we go online. That way, Hanny?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. That's enough for your first chapter. Not first chapter, first slide, I mean. And then second one, why that you conducting this research? I want you to please try to explain basic reasoning behind conducting this research, starting with the U dictionary, the apps, and then also why vocabulary. Come on.
Okay. So vocabulary is an important part of English language learning, and it has different meanings from one word to another word, right, sir? So according to the students and the teacher to implement the, I mean to for us to learn the vocabulary, so we need a tool source where the electronic dictionary is an easier tools for us to support and help the learning process. I think because now is where the technology is already have between us. The printed kind of dictionary is not really used, nowadays. That's why I use electronic dictionary, which is U-Dictionary, and just like what I said, U-Dictionary isn't. We can use U-Dictionary either online and offline. In offline. I use I conduct this research according to the background of the study, like what I explained, and also for the schools, I observe and interview the teacher first. What kind of problem that the students reach? I mean that the students have in there. They have the lack of learning media, which is I use the media U-Dictionary, and also they have limited vocabulary.
Okay, thank you. That's enough for this slide. Now let's go with the next slide. Here for the theory, you're mentioning vocabulary and then a dictionary. My expectation when you try to put the review of related literature, vocabulary, e-dictionary, and then also you're going to put here what grade or what level that you're going to implement this one, this experiments. Yeah, and then you're mentioning also here e-dictionary. Maybe you can try to find, you're gonna find those the reference that's gonna use the same like U-Dictionary. Yeah, because if it is only e-dictionary, it can cover only for the online use of the U-Dictionary. Yeah, okay. And then on the previous statement that you mentioned, U-Dictionary here, we can use it offline and then we can use it also offline with a limited kind of features that we can use. Yeah, if based on this theory, this match only when we use the U-Dictionary here in an online way. Okay, so you gotta add this one. And then next slide, method and procedure. For the method and then procedure here, you're mentioning time and place, okay, and then method, quantitative research, quasi experimental design, population, experiment class, control class, technique of collecting the data, media, technique of analyzing the data. Okay, you're mentioning here media, it is U-Dictionary. My questions, U-Dictionary for your research, it is the tools, or it is a media, or it is a strategy, or it is a method or approach that you implement to the student. If it is media, why did you call this one as a media? If it is a tools, why did you call this will be a tools? And then if it is a strategy, why did you claim that will be a strategy? Come on, honey.
I'm sorry, sir. I think it is a mistake. I think I have to use it. I think I have to revise it as a tool because dictionary as a tool is it can support or assess the students using these tools called dictionary, which is an application. And for the media, I think it also can be named as a media tool because it is a learning media, sir. The media that can be learned.
Okay, so first you're mentioning that's a tools, and then because it is a learning media, that's why I'm asking you.
I'm sorry,
so
sir.
what is it? Dictionary, it is a learning media, it is a learning tools, it is a strategy, a proof method, and blah, blah, blah. You would focus on that one, okay? And next, you're mentioning population and sample, okay? Technique of analyzing the data. Okay, you're using statistical kind of analysis, and then pre-test, treatment, and then post-test. This will be the same question when every single time that I examine for those that using quasi-experimental design. So what is it? Quasi-experimental design versus a pure kind of experimental design. Pure experiment versus quasi-experiment. Come on, what is it? The difference between two types in quantitative research, please?
Okay, what I read and what I get, the difference between quasi-experimental design and true experimental designs is the true experimental design, the participants chosen randomly, but the quasi-experimental design, the participants were not chosen randomly. That's what I get, sir.
Okay, so it is based on the participants.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. And then now let's try to have a look at your finding. Okay, pre-test and post-test score of experiment and then control class, or class control, yeah. You can see from this finding, pre-experiment, post-experiment, and then pre-control class and post-control class. Quasi-experiment, you're mentioning one class as your experimental class, and then the other class here as the control class, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and then if we try to have a look at the table that you are explaining here, so we can see on pre-experimental, this will be the total score of the students, yeah, between 0 to 35, consists of one students, yeah, consists of one students.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then next one, since you are comparing between control class, yeah, and then experimental class here, maybe you're gonna put also here for the control class. What is it? The basic. There are no score here for the basic. You just straight to the second one. It seems like when we try to compare it between the first score between 0 to 35 and then 36 to 55, it seems like this on a control class, they have no that got lower score, yeah, between 0 to 35. Yeah, and then their score here 36 to 55. Can you see my point, Hanny?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then we can see here from the pre-experimental class, we can see the high score. So which one? The highest score here? The highest score here it is consists of 80.
The highest in control class, sir?
No, in pre-experimental.
Or pre-experimental, it is in
86 to
86.
95. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then look at this one. As long as I'm aware of when we try to compare, we should compare between experimental class and then also control class. And if we see this table here, it seems like no significant kind of no significant kind of difference between a control class and then experimental class. Like I mentioned it earlier, on the first 0 to 35 here, it is only the pre-experimental. So you're going to also provide the control class, right? Yeah. It is a yes or no. You have to put it or no. Come on, I'm asking you.
The pre-test and the control test.
Yeah.
In the minimum range of score, they get the 36 to 55, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My point here, we can see there is some kind of slight difference between control class and an experimental class. Yeah. So why this happened? Why do you think this happened?
So maybe because the students
do not use maybe. Come on, you're conducting this research. Why that's happened?
They have limited vocabulary learning, sir. We have limited vocabulary.
Okay. And then total amount of the student on the control class here is the same. It is 40 students, similar with the experimental class, 40 students also.
Yeah, it's concept.
Okay. Okay. And then now I would like to ask you if from the process of the experimental class here, how many students, for example, passed the score that you wanted them to get? For example, you try to set the goals here. It is for the 80% of the students, they can get, for example, around 76 to 85, yeah, 80%. And then what you're going to do with those left over the 20%?
I want them to study by themselves using any kind of media, but because I already suggest the U dictionary, I hope that the students can use these applications to improve their vocabulary skills.
That's all?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. That's enough, I guess, for your finding. And then we're going to have a look at your complete thesis. Okay, there's also the same, the conclusions. Okay. And then I guess that's enough for your PowerPoint presentation. And then now let's try to have a look at your complete thesis. Yeah. Okay. Can you see it clearly, Hanny?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's start with the observe aim to find out the significant difference in score by using without using dictionary. Okay. Treatment is gonna okay. Okay, I guess this abstract should be enough. Now let's go with your first chapter. Okay, your first chapter. Okay, who's the one that become your examiner when you got the proposal seminar, Hanny?
For the proposal seminar, it is Mr. Sofian.
Yeah, it seems like you were not working on the revisions. Look at this one. You're not trying to revise. Okay, how did we have to write down the name of the author and then also the book? You're gonna make it like this one. For example, it is Harmer, yeah, and then after that one, you're gonna put 2017 and then also the page. That will be our guidance, yeah, for quoting from the books or from any kind of reference. Yeah, it seems like you are not revising it. Look at this one now. Okay. Look at that one now. And then what happened with this typo? Why you're using this to do a Turnitin thing, honey?
Sir?
Okay, why you make this one, global one here is on purpose.
Global language is type.
Okay, all of your reference, it seems you gotta work on it. You have to revise it. Look at this one, yeah? Okay. Okay, look at this one. Okay, look at this one, yeah? Majority of your, you gotta revise it, okay? Okay, look at this one, identification of the problem, lack of learning media. Okay, so you gotta decide which one, it is a media or it is a tool that you use, that you call the dictionary, okay? And then next one, limitations, okay, problem the writer, okay. Okay. Significant, okay. That's enough for your first chapter. Second chapter, look at this one. It seems like you were not working on the revisions after you got the proposal seminar, yeah, honey?
I revised it, sir. I swear.
But look at this one. Why you're only putting the name of the author and then also the year of it? No page on it. Yeah. Majority of the reference, it's look like the same.
Okay, let's save all of the.
Okay, look, yeah, look at that one. It is the same, and then this one, you have to revise it, I guess. Look at this one. Wow. I hope you're gonna revise it, yeah, all of it. Okay, look at this one also. No complete reference that you got. That will be, I'm not gonna, okay, you can see all of it, I guess. No clear kind of reprints, yeah. Okay. Okay, now let's try to go with your finding now. Okay, theoretical framework, okay. Okay. Thesis of the study, okay. Okay, look at this one, will be conducted. So this will be no longer will, it is a complete thesis. You already conducted this research, okay? You need to revise that one. Now look at this, your crash world, why it is not? Okay, you have to make it the same, yeah? Okay, finding. Okay, so you don't have to put their real name, yeah? For example, Ahmad Fauzi, so it should be A and an F, yeah, not like this one, yeah? Okay, you have to revise all of it, yeah? Okay. And then this also the same, you're gonna revise this. Okay, and then every single time that you try to make the descriptive statistic and then also the P and then post the score, you also have to provide a table, a graphic on it. Yeah. Okay, you have to add every single data based on the pre-test, post-test consists of table, graphic on it. Okay, Hanny?
Okay, sir.
Okay, the interpretations. Okay. Okay, I guess that's enough. And then please work on all of the revision that I already taught you. And then I hope you're gonna revise it. You'll have only a week, yeah, 7 days. So next week, the exact day next week, you have to submit your revisions. Okay, Hanny, Kusuma, Wardhani. And then after this one, you don't have to leave the meeting because we have to talk of the record of this one. Yeah, and then let's close the thesis defense today by reciting Hamdalah together. Yeah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. And then the last, Allahumma fiqal hadi wa sabil wa rasad. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.